Welcome to the Reality Trifecta podcast. I am your host, and today we are going over Survivor 50 Episode 2. The episode starts off with the Vaatu tribe dealing with the loss of Kyle, which was very unfortunate. Since we are currently talking about the Vaatu tribe, we are seeing a little bit of beef with Aubrey and Genevieve. Genevieve makes the mortal sin decision to look through Aubrey's bag because she's constantly seeing Aubrey go into the jungle with her bag often. And so Genevieve becomes paranoid that Aubrey could have an advantage, which by the moment she doesn't. Then you also have Q being like, there are certain people here being lazy, more especially Rizzo and Angelina. He was like, Angelina, she just stands around and stares. Speaking of which, Angelina has not had a single confession throughout this episode. Then you have the reward challenge, which a few things have happened there. You had Aubrey missing the sheet completely and her belly flopping into the water. That was one of the stills that we've seen throughout the previews with Savannah crossing the balance beam. Once Savannah was crossing the balance beam, I'm like, okay, this is the shot where Aubrey is about to belly flop into the water. Then you had the ring throwing, which Devins helps successfully wins for the Scylla tribe. That was a challenge that he dominated from his previous season. And before the challenge started, we're getting some beef between Coach and Ozzy. And Coach was calling out Ozzy like he said he didn't care that if it was gonna jeopardize his game or not to call him out. And Ozzy's like, yeah, well, continue playing the same game that you played from your previous season and see how well that's gonna work out for you. So, there's some beef. There's some beef. We're finally going to get a season of beef. Genevieve versus Aubrey. Ozzy versus Coach. Speaking of beef, you go back to the Scylla tribe where people are having a difficult time communicating with Joe because Joe is such a sensitive player, and it takes a while for people to, make him feel a certain way. And more specifically, it's Christian and Devins who are having a difficult time trying to earn his trust, getting Joe to trust them, if you will. And it ended up becoming a possibility where they wanted to vote out Joe because of how difficult he's being to get through. I don't blame Joe sometimes. I feel like on his end, he's really understanding social cues, and he deserves every right to feel a certain way about it. You have the alliance with Devins and Christian and Emily, which that is working out. And, believe it or not, Christian finds the Billie Eilish boomerang idol. He gives it to Aubrey. So, the people from the other tribe, on the Vaatu tribe, looked through Aubrey's bag at the wrong time. Aubrey got the advantage at the right time. So there you are. I still want to talk about Christian, though. He had an accident in the beginning of the episode, and I couldn't stop laughing. And his accident was blurred, and it was like the first time I've seen the blur covering up something that isn't like nudity or something that's exposed. But Christian had an accident. He says, "My wife is gonna divorce me for this." I imagine him right now, that when they aired it on the episode, he's like, God, they put that part in the episode, in the final edit. That's that's really funny. I couldn't stop laughing at that moment. I know I'm talking a lot about Vaatu and Scylla. I have to address that Kahlo's edit through the first 2 episodes so far has been pretty lousy. You've got a few confessions by Mike White, and you're experiencing characters like Jonathan and Coach. And Coach, while swimming in the ocean, he was cramping up, that they had to get production to help him back to shore while they were out fishing. And the rest of the other contestants on that tribe, they're just there. And the edit is not working out well for them. Then you have the immunity challenge, which is a replica to the first challenge from Survivor 49, with the huge snake going through this huge jungle gym through a net with mud and no, not mud. There was sand. I don't know why I said mud, but yeah. So it was the same challenge from Survivor 49. You have that. It was a good challenge. I really do like that challenge. When it came down to the final turn of events, the Scylla tribe lost a second time in a row, sending them back to tribal council, and everybody else at the beach strategizing as to who they want to vote out. The talk was between Ozzy or Joe or Savannah. I think people on that tribe are slowly growing tired of 3 of those contestants. Ozzy is just Cerie's commander-in-arms, while Joe, he's kind of difficult to get through socially to certain contestants. While Savannah, I just feel like Savannah, she wants to strategize, but she's just there. So you get to tribal council, and by a unanimous vote again, for the first time, after 31 or 32 days of Survivor, Savannah becomes the 3rd person eliminated from Survivor 50. So, there's that tribal council. Oh, wait. We just witnessed one of the best plans to be executed at the aftermath of the tribal council, when Jeff is sending everybody off. Devins and Christian come up with a distraction that Christian, who found the boomerang idol earlier, him and Devins decide to make a plan to use all the parchments that went with the idol to hide somewhere in the tribal council area. So Christian trips on purpose to distract everybody else while Devins is hiding the parchments to it. somewhere in the tribal council area, as if nothing ever happened. Nobody saw him do anything. I feel like we're going to get some good Survivor moving forward with this. And it's going to be a good season. This has been the recap to Survivor 50, Episode 2. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. Stay tuned for more recaps in the future. And subscribe. Thank you.